Well, Setch, I think it's fair to say where result far more important than the performance.
Yeah, 100%. And I said to the boys in there, like, we didn't play nowhere near as fluent or at our best, but the boys stuck to the task. Apart from probably 30 seconds when their lads gone through one-on-one and perhaps should score, and it gives a difficult replay. But I think that was a. I think we edged it. I think we deserved the win, but that weren't. That was a very nervous. There was a big prize at stake, and to get to the first round proper, and going in with the elite and non-league, and that looked like, especially the longer the game went on. We played some all right stuff first half. We didn't use the pitch enough. The pitch was sticky and difficult. With the weather we had, and we didn't quite use the pitch enough. We had good width, but we didn't get the ball out there enough to Ryan or Sam. So that was disappointing, but we stuck to a task. When we didn't have the ball, we worked very hard, high up the pitch, and I think that's probably got us over the line today.
And one bit of quality really led to the goal, didn't it? The cross in from Ryan.
Cross it, and the finish weren't easy, because that took a deflection on the way back to Michael as well. The lads headed it out, and then I think it has to hit someone's knee, and then he's walked onto it, and that was a good finish. But that probably, I'm not saying stupid because that's a winning goal, but that probably went against us, because that was like the job was done. We've scored a goal. We're on a good run, and the more the game went on, the more we went into cruise mode, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous to do that. We subconsciously we kept we're keeping the ball well. Sometimes it's got to go forward, but I thought we kept the ball well. I know the natives, they want you to boot it forward and get it in behind, but the ball. While we got the ball, they couldn't score. Yeah, we needed to go forward a pass or two earlier, but we was keeping the ball. Watch the game on telly, they keep the ball, don't they? We was trying to keep the ball. While we got the ball, St Ives couldn't score. But that was an all right. That was an all right game. It's a great result, an all right game.
That good run coming into this, do you think that saw you through though?
Probably. That's a game we probably lose. 6 weeks ago, we've been booed off a number of times here this year, but that don't help, and that's showing. The crowd stayed with us today, even though we've probably played better in some of them losing games when they boo us off than what we have today when they clap us off. So, there's a little bit for thought for them lot, but we all come together today and got behind the line. The fans stayed with us. They was really good. They was singing. There was some St Ives fans singing. That was a nice atmosphere today, and there wasn't no nonsense. With the booing, and that was good. But like I say, I think we've probably played better when we've been booed off than what we did today and got clapped off. Football's a funny game sometimes, but I love it when we win. I hate it when we lose. I love it when we get clapped off. I hate it when we get booed off. So. That's a nice night's sleep for me, and can't wait for the draw Monday.
And it seems an age since you've been in the competition, and yet you still only just got through to the first round proper. It's crazy.
The first round proper, that's the last 64, and you really are in against the elite now, and you're 1 or 2 wins away. I think the furthest we've ever been is the last 16 when we got there a couple of years ago. So we're only 2 games away from that. That shows the achievement. A few more quid for Mr. Chairman. We picked up a little bit in the FA Cup. We picked up a little bit in the FA Trophy. That always helped. You could get a Tranmere now, couldn't you? You could get a Tranmere Rovers down at the Walks, or a Wrexham, or you could get there's some massive ties out there, or you could get a winner of Kings Langley and Sudbury and have another coin flip game, where both teams think they can get through to the next level with a chance of winning. So I don't think we'd fare anyone here, and probably the way we're playing away, I don't think we'll fare anyone away. The way the away form's gone. 6 wins in 6. That's a great achievement. 4 clean sheets on the way. That's another great achievement. We've conceded 2 in the 6 games. We're scoring goals, so we're getting the players back fit. No coincidence. I did say that when we was losing. So yeah, happy, really happy.
And all those things add up to increase confidence for everybody.
Yeah, we've not played great today and won a football match. That's good for confidence, and that gives us something to, we've got to improve. We've got to improve if we're going to beat teams regularly at this level, because that sort of performance don't win your games every week. And when, like you say, when things are going for you, like at the end there, against Hitchin or whatever, when that lad smacked one from like 40 yards, that's flew in the top corner on his weak foot, off balance, with a blindfold on, that's gone straight in the top corner. Them sort of things are going against you. Today the lad's 1-on-1 should score, probably scores at 8 out of 10, and that hits a bobble and it goes wide, and that, people say, is it luck? Well, I think sometimes that evens itself out, and we probably had a little bit of a chunk today with that miss at the end, because he should score.
And with those players coming back, obviously a stronger subs bench, which gives you more option.
Yeah, You know, that's a luxury when you can take Lee Stevenson off. He didn't, you know, by his own missus, he didn't have his greatest afternoon. But when you can put someone like Sean McWilliams on, and then you take Ryan off and you're putting Yasik on, and you know, you've got Danny Emerton going on there who can do a job for you, winning headers and hooking balls on. You've got Dylan Edge sitting there, you've got McQuaid with the reserves, you've got Fryatt, Marshall, Fryatt's with the reserves where you've got Marshall, Castellan, Metham sitting at home. You know, the squad's in good shape.
God, just touch on the pitch. It was hard work, wasn't it, out here today?
Well, you're standing on it. You make your judgments. You know, the work weren't done when the old chairman didn't put the money in. When we left, you know, we didn't do what we should have done to it, and that's not. It's not the groundsman's fault. That's not the current chairman's fault. That the work didn't go in when at most crucially, obviously, the club was changing hands, and you know, the pitch got neglected for probably the most crucial 6 weeks, and we're going to pay the price of that for the rest of the season. And only next year we'll be able to get it right, which our chairman 100% will do.
You must have been pulling your hair out before the game when you were doing shutter runs down here.
I was having a nice cup of tea upstairs when they was doing the shuttle runs down there, and Steve was had a blast about that because that's idiotic, isn't it? You know, you're doing it on the pitch. There's a big bit over the far side. Superstition, apparently. Don't know when we've done it on there before, but a superstition. So, you know, if he come out and speak to you, I'll let him explain that one to you.
I mean, you talk about desire and commitment. You've got somebody like Lee Smith who's put another shift in, as has everyone. He don't want to come off at the end, does he?
But that as well. But it's no coincidence now we've got competition for places, and everyone's all of a sudden running around like madmen. I've had players all season turn up knowing what the starting 11 is. Now, you know, I've probably had 3 or 4 or 5 in the dressing room today, not quite sure. So, you know, that's a great position for me, firstly, and the football club in general. You know, when we can rotate players. You know, a lot of players played a lot of games, but I thought Gorgs at the back was first class today. I really did. I thought, you know, the back. I think everyone done very well, but I thought that lad he was up against weren't bad, and their striker obviously is very classy as well.
And is there anyone you want in Monday's draw particularly?
Yeah, it don't matter who you want to do it. You get who you get, and I'd love a home draw against a massive team. That's what I'd love. I want to experience them. Obviously, you can get the crowd that you had against Oldham, but you know, I've had a couple of 1500s and 1800s and 2000s here with the Colville games. I'd love to get a crowd at a team. I don't know, would Tranmere get 3000 here? I don't know, would it? Probably, would it? I don't know, maybe. That captures the imagination, wouldn't it? Someone like that, you know, no disrespect to any team, and you wouldn't want a Welland or a Dartford or someone like that here, would you? Because that ain't going to generate zero interest. So, you know, you've got FC United, you've got Stockport, Halifax, all big clubs like Boston United. Did they win?
No, it's abandoned. Half time, they losing 1-0.
Well, Boston United possibly. You know, there's a lot of massive ties out there for us. You know, Boston away would be a great one for the old fans, I suppose, wouldn't it? Something like that. You know, get the old boys back in there. So yeah, I don't know. Whoever, bring it on.
Yeah, brilliant.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks.